Dear viewers, welcome to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. I'd like to start this session by appreciating you so much for making this channel grow. If you wish to support us, just subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Now, William Samoei Ruto has continued with his threats on the Azimio, saying that the finance bill of 2023 will pass with or without their support. Many people still do not understand the reason why Azimio will not give a damn about this finance bill. Azimio people have made it clear that this finance bill is not for the people of the Republic of Kenya. And I agree with Azimio people because some of the contents in that finance bill do not make sense, like the issue of VAT. I don't want to talk much about this, but there's a video that I stumbled upon from William Samoei Ruto, and the remarks in that video to me appear to be someone who was trying to hoodwink Kenyans because William Ruto said in that video that this finance bill seeks to create employment. That is what he says. Ladies and gentlemen, just stick by and listen to this video from William Samoei Ruto.
Mimi nangojea mbunge mwenye anaenda kupiga kura ati kupinga mpango ya serikali kuwapatia hawa vijana ambao waliwapigia kura ati ajira. I am waiting. I am waiting for them to go and vote against the employment of these young people. I am waiting for members of parliament to go and vote against housing that would give these people a chance to own a decent home with 5% mortgage. Yes,
I think you've heard it. I don't know how this finance bill is going to create opportunities. One thing that I know is that the issue of housing fund, that is something that needs to be scrapped off from that finance bill because there are no justified reasons on why it should be passed, on why somebody's money should be deducted and for what reason. I want to show you this video, second video, and this second video has addressed the issue of a finance bill in a very, very understandable manner. Just stick by and listen to this second video.
I've covered the Finance Bill 2023 and what it entails for the common citizen, but it seems like the top office is very stuck on it and they're kind of forcing it down our already thinning throats. Let's talk about the Affordable Housing Fund. So the first thing they said, it's a saving fund. It's not a tax. But why is it compulsory? If it's compulsory, it's a tax. You can just own up to that, KK. Secondly, they've compared the Affordable Housing Fund with that was done in Singapore. And Singapore was very successful in doing their housing projects, and we just want to copy-paste that without oversight. If a country were to copy-paste Kenya's levels of corruption, they literally end up having to shut down. Ask Zimbabwe. Singapore has very strict policies when it comes to how public money is spent, but I can't remember the last time an actual renowned GOK thief wasn't rewarded with some unconstitutional office. And to all the officers of the first diplomatic faithfuls, shout out to you for not speaking up for like regular people at all. There are countries that have succeeded with this affordable housing fund. Kenya would be better for it, 100%, I'm not disagreeing. For instance, Vienna, Austria is building and expanding social housing, but they have a very active land policy. Land is very expensive in Nairobi and even in other parts of the country too. In Coast, we have stories of squatters, and there are also like a lot of issues with land inheritance. If land is expensive, it has to be addressed. That's why housing is so expensive. Kenya Kwanza can chama all this money to de-risk private developers who have wolfganged this administration, but it will not build anyone houses, not without a plan that goes beyond collecting money and asking employers to top up. Also, I don't know which employers are very excited to build their employees' houses. If this bill comes into effect, I'm pretty sure there are employers looking around the office to know who they're going to fire already. And the people who lose their jobs, don't worry. The people who are creating jobs are also moving to other countries. If you can just get your passport ready, that would be great. Then there's the issue where the president was like, the pay-slipped people are trying not to help people with no pay slips. which I don't think is true. There are already many families that are being partly sustained by trickle-down economics of a perceived rich relative. Black tax is no joke. I'm sorry, but I don't think GOK is in the least interested in building sustainable housing, communities or neighborhoods. Kenyans have asked time and time again for efficient public transport, and we're met with like crickets and circle lines. And we've been told matatus are a very big win for us, and we should be glad that they even work. If we look around, healthcare and education have been on fire, and old people are still lining up on pensions, which they have to bribe someone to get a check that can't even pay for medicine for their aching knees. Nairobi has been the focus of the housing despise, and this county doesn't even have working drainages. We're just sleeping over something, hoping it's a stone and not a sponge, and we're also becoming involuntary athletes. Also, we don't need any more divide, pay slips versus non-pay slips, hustlers versus dynasties, Kenyan meme makers versus perspirator-in-chief. The only problem we have here is the ruling class versus the rest of us. That's all it is.
In that video, the finance bill has been broken into parts for you to understand. I just stumbled upon that video and I said, if this is the case, then I think Azimio MPs are right with their move. Something that keeps bothering me is that if William Ruto is sure that this bill will pass, why is he so aggressive on campaigning for it? If he's so sure that it's going to pass in parliament, then why is it that he is hell-bent in making sure that it is voted for? Why the pressure? Gathoni Wamuchomba, earlier on I saw a certain posting from her that was on a Friday when there was an interview, and she again reiterated the fact that the finance bill does not have a chance in this society. I mean, this is one UDA MP that has maintained that her people, her constituents, have advised her not to support it. There are so many other people who have been advised the same. Yesterday, I saw a certain posting also about unions heads who are called to State House to probably, because William Ruto called them because he wanted them to support this bill. So I understand that the delegation that managed to go to State House, all of them gave William Ruto a very weird response, a response that William Ruto never expected. Maybe he expected that it's like those days when mkiitwa pale mnapewa tu kitu kidogo na mna support. The union leaders said no. Of course, we know that Seth Panyako has declared war on this finance bill. That we are sure of. Nat Kupet also joined the same trend of those unions who are denouncing this finance bill. So the only person I think who appears to be engulfed in this crisis is Atwoli, because earlier on Atwoli rushed to support the finance bill, thinking that by him supporting, then every union head was going to support it. But there is no union head who is supporting Atwoli in this. I think this issue is one reason why Atwoli ataisha. Of course, ameisha now. We know that that's a fact, because despite the fact that he's supposed Kenya Kwanza, but he doesn't have that support. He doesn't have the following that he had when he was with Raila Amolo Odinga. So what we are saying in this analysis ni kuwa William Ruto, if at all the support that is on the ground, it is true, then there is no need for William Ruto to be afraid. There is no need for William Ruto to keep pushing for this finance bill as if he is doing campaign. There is no need for all that. He should just wait for that day, because I remember hearing Gachagua say that whether Azimio likes it or not, itapita, because they have numbers. It might actually pass in parliament, because the person that we are supposed to bank on is Moses Wetangula. But Moses Wetangula will not side with the people, but Moses Wetangula will side with the government. That is one thing we expect. So we don't expect Moses Wetangula to help the people. The only person that the only body that would have expected to help the citizens is the Supreme Court or the judiciary. But if the judiciary is bought, like people say, then the judiciary also will not help the people. So we don't have anybody who is going to support this move. So as a result, we are projecting a scenario whereby even the judiciary itaangusha wa Kenya, just like the parliament. So the only reason or the only person who is going to help this scenario is Raila Amolo Odinga and the maandamano move. That is the only way this issue will be dealt with. The only language that William Ruto understands ni maandamano, and a serious maandamano, one that will not stop. It will be endless to a level that maybe like we could say like 1 week, 2 weeks, or non-stop, let's say just a month, whereby police will tear gas people mpaka wachoke. Because this issue, by the way, is going to affect even the police. If they say all civil servants, they are talking about the police, they're talking about the KDF, they're talking about all those. So this is why we realize that even the police will defy the government's call of beating the opposition people, beating Kenyans when Kenyans decide to riot. This bill will cause a mega riot here in Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to hear what your takes are regarding these two videos that I've shared. One from William Ruto, two is from the lady who decided to expand on the finance bill. Just tell us what you think about this below the comment section. I'll promise to give you my response on the same. And once again, I'd like to urge you to please subscribe to this channel if you're a first-time viewer, or if you're a regular viewer who's not subscribed. Once again, I'd like to urge you to also stay safe, stay blessed until we catch up again in our next analysis.